Alright guys, I apologize if I'm yelling, but I'm driving the truck to the dyno with the 210s in. I filled up on some about E68 here. I emptied out my tank as much as I could. Filled it up with about 10.5 gallons of pump E85. I'm at 68%, I'm happy with that. And my content sensor and injectors are doing okay. Cruising out to the dyno, we'll see how she does.
More.
973. 27 more? Are you kidding me?
It's time to count those pennies.
973.93. That's awesome. Very nice.
Time to count those pennies.
Oh.
Are you serious?
I love it.
992, are you kidding me? Come on, Mark.
Okay, update here from the dyno. Truck is home. I made 992 horsepower to the tire, and then I lifted a head gasket, and I don't know what else happened, but I developed a slight knock, I'm sure. I either bent a rod slightly, or I lifted the head and water came in, and it crushed a rod a little bit. The other thing is I was also running out of fuel pressure. I mean, if you take a look at this is my feed for all of that horsepower. That's it. So it's going to both rails. So I think I found limitations of that also. And I'll post the videos quick of what happened. But after about 900 tire, I was running out of fuel. And I was going like into the 12s, and I could not get below a 12-ish air fuel. And I bumped it a little, and I'm like, fuck it. I added 20% of fuel, gave it a little bit more boost, and it was like a high 12, and I made 975. And I was like, you know what? Fuck it. It's making it this far. Let's kick it a little bit harder. And I made 992, and on decel I could hear it tapping. I shut it off. And when everything quieted down and the roller stopped, I started it back up, and I could hear like a little tap, which I'm sure is, what sucks is if you smush the rod slightly, the piston will come down and hit the crank. So you don't want to like start a metal blender. So I got AAA to tow it right outside, and then I drove it in here hammering. So luckily it didn't kick a rod just on the way in here. So I'm going to take it apart, and I have a couple decisions to make. I have, obviously, Mark's race car is getting a billet crank and rods. So I have his crank and rods I can buy from him and build this motor. And at the same time, I have this completely stock 4.8. So what I think I might do is put this in completely stock with this turbo setup. I think that would be funny just to see, because then I can take my time putting this motor together. I don't have to rush around and try to find things, and I don't have downtime on my truck. And I also think it would be awesome to have like a stock camshaft, stock valve spring, stock everything 4.8 with this kind of retarded turbo setup. I think that'd be funny. I want to just try it. And also, it would be neat to just drive it around and still use the truck, you know. And what was neat is after I made that 900 horsepower, this was just filled with brown mud. It's still kind of muddy, but it was like bubbling chocolate milk. So head gasket's definitely gone. I don't know if I'll get to stuff tonight, but I do want to check the compression on all the cylinders and check out the spark plugs. I might not even do a compression test. I'm kind of worried to keep spinning the motor over. I'll think about that. I might just pull it, put that in, and take this apart piece by piece, because the camshaft, the cylinder heads, everything else is really good on this motor. I know it's good. I know I made a lot of power. So at the same point, I'd rather just build the 400 with this. And then I think I want to, this is at 88. I would like to get the 88 millimeter 96 turbine turbo from Varen and see how that does with the 400 inch motor. So that's it for now. We'll smash all these videos together and get something up tonight, hopefully.